I'm Karyn Bryant for MMA H.E.A.T. I'm here with Jonathan Brookins. Of course, he's a finalist and the Ultimate Fighter. Congratulations to you. First off, you got to be feeling pretty good.
Yeah, I feel pretty good. I'm excited. This is a very new, surreal experience for me, so I'm enjoying it. I actually kind of came a little bit late to this media thing because I didn't really, didn't quite understand what was going on, but I see now and I see exactly what it's all about. So it's pretty cool, man. It's a pleasure to talk with you guys.
And you're going to work out as well a little bit, right? Show us some of your stuff?
Yeah, and try to do what I can and, show off a little bit, and it'll be pretty fun.
You know what I think a lot of people like about you, myself included, and when I talk to my friends about you, we like that you don't show off a lot. You're really chill. You're very cool. You seem to have a good head on your shoulders. I mean, was it hard to keep your composure during the show?
No, not really, because I mean, it was more hard for me to open up. I think I remember one of the guys telling me that was doing the interviews after like 2 weeks. I finally gave him like an interview that was of substance, and he's like, "Thank you, man," because you just, I don't really like to. I like to kind of stay to myself and whatnot. So it was easy to kind of stay out of the drama and stuff. I just separate, and it was a great experience though.
I've heard from other people that have been on the show that it's tough though. I mean, there's no books, he said, no this, like you just you and your thoughts and the rest of the guys. So I know for some people they can't take it. Yeah,
if they would have gave me a book, they would have never seen or heard from me. I would have just had my head buried, and that would have been a wrap. Right. So that was the toughest part. I mean, passing the time, it was hard to sleep because the lights were always on, and it was just it was weird that way. But it was enjoyable in its own right. It was definitely a learning experience. Something I use the word grateful all the time because it's something that I don't want to take for granted. I'm just incredibly grateful for the opportunity.
And how'd you feel about the fight against Kyle?
I felt okay. I was ultra pleased to win the fight when it happened. When I went back and watched the fight, I critiqued myself kind of hard, and I'm like, man, there's so much that I would have liked to have done differently to kind of showcase, a different ability. But at the same time, I remember how strong and Kyle was, and how dominant of a force he kind of was on our team. He was kind of like the older leader. I mean, his skills were already quite advanced things compared to ours, and he was progressing so fast, so I knew that like we both didn't want to fight each other in that spot. We both had kind of this mutual respect for each other, so that fight was just kind of like, oh man, I knew what I had to do to win the fight, and I was going to do what I had to do to win it because I knew that this is where I needed to be. So oops, I'm sorry. So I did what I had to do, and I wish that I would have done a little bit more, but each one's a learning lesson, and you just continue to grow from there.
The great thing about the show is that you get to spend a lot of time watching your competition. So what's the best way to beat Michael?
This one's gonna, I'm gonna have to, like I say this quite a bit, but to be the smarter fighter. I know that, I'm not gonna take away from his talents and his abilities. That's always gonna be there, And some people choose to fight fire with fire, and I'll test that for a while, but then I'll go my other angles, and I'll just use my wits when I'm in there, and hopefully come out dominant.
Last question, was there one sort of through line or one lesson that you learned from GSP and from Josh that has stuck with you and that you think you're really going to take with you throughout your career?
Too many to count from GSP. I mean, he has an incredible and an abundance of. I mean, I'll be meditating on the things that George taught me for years to come. But the one thing I learned from Josh is just don't put on too much lip gloss on TV, man. No, not as a dude. No, I like Josh though, man. But that's probably the one thing that I would have done differently if I was him. I would have toned down the lip gloss a tiny bit. But I like Josh, so don't get me wrong, man. I like him a lot. That's my only lesson.
And on that note, Jonathan, thank you so much, and good luck to you.
Thank you. I'm Jonathan Brookins, and you're watching MMA H.E.A.T.